Hello, everyone. I'm Chester44, my name is Fly, and welcome to this Let's Play of Wrath of the Righteous. Last episode, we have been appointed commander of the 5th Crusade. We are going to go into the World Wound. And we've done some leveling ups and improved our characters. Now, it's time for us to start looking around this place. Ah, Storyteller, hello. The old elf smiles when he hears your footsteps.
Allow me to congratulate you on your victory, and on acquiring mythic powers capable of casting down the strongest of demons.
Have you decided to join the Crusade?
I have decided not to, I'm afraid. My path and the path of the Crusade lead in the same direction, but alas, they are not one and the same. After the demons were driven away from Canabras, the path into the World Wound became open, if only temporarily. I'm planning on using this opportunity to visit... It doesn't matter now. I'd hate to bore you with the details of my venture, which may prove useless even for myself. However, I'll try to return to the Crusaders and aid them in their confrontation with the demons after I'm done. I hope to meet you again in this world rather than the next.
Take a look at the page I got from the Grey Garrison. The storyteller carefully takes the page from your hands. His fingers touch the ancient letters gently, examining them lightly, following their lines.
I see... myself. Young, energetic, able to see. Oh gods, have I found the key to my past? Finally, I will find out what my own mind has been hiding from me.
The elf's expression becomes withdrawn. The wrinkles on his face soften.
Thank you, Falai, and please, follow me to my story. Let us embark on this journey together.
The storyteller inhales sharply a few times and begins his story.
They are leaving. The people of Kionin faced the coming Earthfall and admitted that they are incapable of handling this disaster. Proud rulers, artful crafters, brave warriors, wise mages, and skilled healers, all of them hurry to the gate of Sovirian, looking around fearfully. A clean, safe world is waiting for them there. My people decided not to fight for Golarion. I am ashamed, and I am sorry for them. Their hearts wavered in the face of the catastrophe. But my will is strong. I am staying. My kinfolk are looking at me angrily. How dare I diminish their decision with my recklessness? My choice makes them cowards, traitors of their own home. One of them, my former mentor, looks at me bitterly. He hands me a neat notebook with tree bark cover, in case you change your mind. With a heavy sigh, he returns to the line of those departing. Forgive me, brothers and sisters. I watch the gate of the Sovirian stone close, separating me from them. It is time for me to go too. I open my master's notebook. These are his notes about traveling between worlds. In case you change your mind. He hopes the burden I shouldered voluntarily will be too much. I will lose heart and find my way to Sovirian. That will never happen. My mouth set stubbornly, I tear my master's notebook to pieces. I use my forced pride as a shield against my fear of what is to come. Why did the elves decide to flee, not fight? The storyteller's lips purse with disdain. They are afraid to lose what they have. They were rulers, long-lived and powerful. They valued their lives and sunshine too much to enter the fight with the aftermath of Earthfall. Your mentor is a mage. Then you must be too, yes? Yes, I am an archmage, and this title is well-deserved. I have acquired delicate mastery and succeeded in many areas of magic. But curiosity has always pushed me toward new knowledge since the first day of my apprenticeship. What is a Sovirian stone? A magnificent crystal bent into an arch by a mighty hand of an ancient divine creator. Our great gate to other worlds. It breathes power. It dreams of eternity. Why are you angry at your fellow elves? I spent many hundreds of years in Kionin. I have always admired the way my kinfolk cared for the forest that was our home. But the rest of the world seemed to mean nothing to them. But I love Golarion. All its places, all the forms it manifests in. I traveled widely and then came home and told my kinfolk about my travels. But they weren't interested. They cared only about Kionin. Their lack of desire to hear about the wider world makes me sad and angry. What happened next? Earthfall happened at night. I am standing at the top of my tower many miles to the north of Kionin, and I see a blaze far in the north. I hear a horrendous rumble. The air is groaning, giving way to a huge rock rushing down on my world. And then, a blow. Vibration that penetrates everything, reaching down into the bowels of Golarion and up it to the vaults of the sky. Crunching bones, blood from burst vessels filling my eyes with darkness, drowning in timelessness along with countless denizens of Golarion. Never before have we been so united in our feelings. When I come round, the darkness remains. My first terrible thought, I'm blind! But no, little by little I begin to see the stone wall. I am alive, but why is it so dark? The answer is quick. The smell of ash everywhere. The great burnt sacrifice filled the air with incinerated particles of what was recently the continent of Aslant. Great clouds of ash covered the sky, cutting us off from the sun and the moon, dooming us to dusk at day and complete darkness at night. My heart sinks with fear. Treacherous thoughts fill my mind. Why did I stay? Why didn't I run like everyone else when I had the chance? I clench my teeth and stand up to watch Earthfall. Proudly, like the last Archmage of Kionin should. Will my world really perish like this? Will I perish? No. That will never happen. I am still alive, and I can fight Earthfall and the darkness, not run from it in a blind panic like my kinfolk and my cowardly teacher. But what can I do? I will not stop the disaster. I will hardly be able to save empires from their destruction. What can I do? I am but one Archmage, powerful and weak at the same time. What is Earthfall? A disaster of untold proportions. An unborn planet dropped on Golarion by blind fate or someone's evil will. A blow so strong that the continent of Aslant is destroyed within moments, turned to ashes, wiped off the face of Golarion. In this burnt sacrifice, clouds of ash and dust are born, stealing our sun. Without the warmth of our star, the air cools, the soil is barren, dark creatures crawl out of their lairs to rule. And the most frightening thing, without the sun, all hope dies in the heart. This is the age of darkness. What was that tower you mentioned? It's my retreat to the north of Kionin. My home away from home, my observatory. From its top, I watched the stars and, when they were correctly aligned, the other worlds as well. Here in the northern wastelands, I found the highest mountain and built a tower on top of it. On clear days, I could see the mist over the lake of mists and veils in the east. That's how high I was. What are you going to do next? I don't know. I need to think. My opponent, Earthfall, is much stronger than me. Without noticing, the storyteller raises his voice to a shout. It is merciless. It does not simply destroy life, it kills an era, ending the greatness of Golarian civilizations. They will sink into oblivion, be forgotten as if they never existed. I need to think. The elf suddenly winces and is silent for a few moments, as he calms his heavy breathing. Forgive me. I shouldn't have raised my voice. The story was much harder than many before it, most likely because I played the main role in it. It is so strange to see myself, feel the emotions tearing me up inside, those that I felt a long time ago and not remember them. It's like I split. I became both the storyteller and the main character. Too bad the story ended at that moment. Please, if you find other pages covered with ancient elven writings on your travels, bring them to me. I might be able to shed some light on my past, and we will find out how my story ended, and perhaps even why I forgot it. Thank you for your stories. Thank you for helping me remember them. Very interesting. He is old indeed. Alright, well, Nenio's right here. I hope we meet Deskari and Baphomet soon. I have numerous questions for them. Tirabade's tent. This is mine and Anevia's tent. We're both used to traveling, but the Queen insisted our tent to be furnished like a commanding officer's. Ooh, half plate of vigor. This massive bed is clean and neatly made. Only commanding officers are allowed such a luxury during marches. Alright, loot we can pick up. Okay, random book. Let's see what we can find.
Short bow, punching dagger, meh.
I'm gone.
Not any loot we... Oh, wait, no. Cold Iron Masterwork Great Axe. That does have value.
There's something here.
Sure, I'll take that.
We do it my way.
Let's see. Another thing to loot here. And also here. No. Oh, wait. Cold iron. Yeah, I'll take that. Alright. What about over here?
Follow if you dare.
Ember! Oh. These are the fighters of the Eagle Watch. I personally chose every one of them that's standing here. I'm ready to fight for each one. So many of our own have perished. And for what? For us to keep fighting. For a day to come when no one else will have to die. Yes. Yes, you're right. Thank you, little girl. I've seen so many happy faces today. It's so good. Nura Dendiwar's tent. This is Nura Dendiwar's tent. Seems like she brought a lot of unnecessary items with her. Oh, there's some scrolls there. Random book. Alchemist's fire. Random book. And another random book. Okay. Some more loot here. Cold iron item. There's Olbrig. Straighten up, arms tighter to your sides. That's it. 1, 2, 1, 2. Nothing over there. What are you looking up at the sky for? You think winged demons are about to fall on us? Maybe they will. But I actually just like looking at the sky. Fair enough. Clouds. You know, I haven't seen them since I was a kid. I almost forgot what they looked like. Huh. Hey, Fly. I was trying to say the Knight Commander commands the knights really fast, and I almost twisted my tongue. Oh, hey, Darren. Oh. Ah, there you are, you dashing troublemaker, you. Darren flashes you a self-satisfied smile. Our short acquaintance is coming to an end. Very soon you will depart on your crusade, where you'll scrape by on horrible rations, struggle vainly to fall asleep amidst snoring soldiers, be rudely awoken by the freezing cold, and have to look upon the dour faces of self-righteous prigs before you finally perish in the maw of some demon. I have a journey ahead of me, too. I've just rented a sailboat in the south. I've also hired an excellent chef, and a host of other entertainments. Well, to each their own, I suppose. Darren pauses, then suddenly adds in a more serious tone. You know, I am genuinely sad to see you go. If it sounds like mockery, forgive me. I cannot switch off my venom gland on a whim, you see. But you intrigue me. If only we could have spent a little more time together. But of course not under these conditions. Let the Crusaders and the demons have at each other. With any luck, they'll take this entire sanctimonious spectacle down with them. I'll be blunt. Let's see. I'll be blunt, you don't intrigue me, not in the way you obviously had in mind, but you are a valuable companion. You could have stayed in my party. Who, me? Where? In this traveling pardon me, in this army? Darren offers a doubtful smile. You must be joking. Of course I won't stay. Who in his right mind would trade a luxurious and carefree life for this crusade? In any case, I intend to wait until the army departs. I do love a good send-off. Especially when it is I who is staying and someone else who is heading off to meet a dreary and hopeless end. Sometimes it does one good to ruminate on the unfairness of life. Well then, farewell, Commander. I assume I shall be your most precious memory on this most disgusting and exhausting road to the pointless slaughter of battle. Or if not the most precious memory, then at least the most stirring. Darren smirks before instantly losing all interest in you. Or at least he pretends to. Best of luck, Darren. A well-dressed old dwarf is lecturing a motley company, shaking her ladle at them belligerently. Noticing you, she flings up her hands. Good morning, Your Commanderness. Do you remember us? We're the crew from the next door theater company, the one you saved in Canabras back when you weren't Your Commanderness yet. As you can see, we've come on the campaign with you. We signed up to clean pots and mend the soldiers' clothes. Keeping up a theater is expensive, so we all have to take side jobs. But we don't stop what we're doing. We're going to put on a play about your legendary feats. Of course, the crowd scenes are difficult. We can't find the people to play the hordes of demons, and we decided against using a ritual to summon real demons. Luckily, we have Master Kem. He's invented a way to solve this problem using sound.
We caught a pig and some piglets who ran away from a burned-out village.
The glum and husky half-orc mumbles softly.
We put the piglets in a box and scare them a little, and the sound they make is just like an approaching demon horde.
But the most important question is, of course, choosing the lead actor who will play the Great Knight Commander. We had a right Barney over it, breaking a number of lances as well as a shovel, a rolling pin, and a set of back scratches. We just couldn't decide no matter what. Maybe you can help us? We have two candidates that are most suited to the role. One will have the honor of conveying your heroism upon the stage, Commander. I'm to be played by a gnome? Not a gnome. Two gnomes! Rubbledum and Hierophant are twins. One of them sits on the other's shoulder and puts on a long coat so they can play tall characters. They switch places every so often, so each gets their moment of fame. That way, they each only have to learn half the script. Cyclops actor? He's completely tame, believe me. He has a few issues with articulation, but what a powerful physique. We'll make him a nice costume, wash him up, brush his hair. Truth be told, in our show, you mainly just make short heroic exclamations at the fateful moment, like, "Onward!" or "We'll never give up!" or "My heart burns with courage!" Lamb can definitely handle the script. I think you're breaking the fourth wall a little bit there. Don't you have any other actors who even vaguely resemble me? We're a small and poorly funded theater, and we only have a few actors. But they're all so talented, one of a kind. I've chosen the ones that are the best fit for your role. Trust my vision. I have more than a few successful plays under my belt. Alright, I've made my decision. The entire crew looks at you, holding their breath. I'll go with two gnomes in a trench coat. Wonderful. I mean, it's not three gnomes in a trench coat, but three kobolds in a trench coat, but I mean, I'll take it. Wonderful! Sorry we took you away from all the important things heroes and commanders do. We're off to rehearsal. I mean, first we'll wash some pots, then we're off to rehearsal. Let's go, you lazy lumps. Don't embarrass old grandma now. Right, well, that's a thing then. A group of soldiers is talking loudly, laughing joyfully, and passing around a flask. So picture this. My sword is by the fire, there's two goblins about to snatch it, and three more are digging through my tent. And I'm sat in the bushes wearing just my mail shirt, wondering what the blast to do. An old mercenary taught me about the mail shirt. You can't sleep in armor, but it's not so bad in mail once you get used to it. Too bad no one told me not to go into the bushes without my sword. Well, I mean, some would argue that the male crusaders always have their sword with them. Now that the laughter has stopped. So what did you do? What did I do? I barked like crazy. Goblins are afraid of dogs, you know, so they all went wild and started running around. I spot my sword and they spot me. So I jump over to the fire, wearing nothing but my mail shirt. And I grab my sword and I yell in my big tough voice, "Oh, Inheritor, grant me the power to crush these filthy creatures." My sword's shining, the goblins are screaming, I jump to attack them and they fight back, but I fight them off somehow. But ever since then, I never take a step without my weapon. Seela takes a sip from the flask. That's some story. Hey, stop gulping! Leave some for us!
We've only just set off, and you're already drinking? And with the Queen in the camp? Stop this at once!
The knights quickly snap to attention. Sela raises her flask and says loudly,
Right you are, Commander Tirobade. We are but drinking to the Queen's health.
Give me a sip too, to Her Majesty's health. Erebeth rubs her forehead with the palm of her hand.
Commander, are you sure this is the right way to train your soldiers? Ah, never mind, it's your business.
Oh, now that the trouble in Canabra's in the past, it's time to visit the camp. Who will?
You remember that we promised to help Elon search for the ring at the abandoned camp? It's on the way to Dresden. We should have time to stop by.
That is the intention.
We do it my way.
More recruits. Okay. The field medic. Sure, let's take a look inside.
This is the field hospital. Alas, the clerics of Canabra suffered especially heavy losses, so we're in desperate need of healers.
We are few, but the gods are with us. The prayers of good people around the world are with us too.
Dear lady, you've been standing here for a long time. Would you like to help?
Who, me? No, I definitely would not. Please, act like I'm not here. I just like to watch people work. Beautiful day, isn't it? Stout old man with a fuzzy gray beard greets you with a deep bow.
Well met, Commander. You've caused quite the stir. Everyone thought Canabras was done for, but the gods had other plans. There was quite a blaze over the Grey Garrison. All the vermin running out with their tails between their legs.
Yeah, I think we already did that. How did you end up on the battlefield?
Everyone here has a story like that. Mine is a rather boring one. Believe it or not, it was bureaucracy. When the old rector of the Canabras temple died, may Abadar rest his soul, the church needed a replacement. I volunteered and served for 30 years without incident. I prayed, organized festivals and funerals, brought candles, sanctified water, boring, mundane things that make up the daily routine of civilized society. But then civilized society failed and it was time for me to go to war. Praise Abadar, who led me through the ruins to the Defender's heart.
Who's that boy with you?
This one? Kiado the Shepherd, my apprentice. He's a smart boy and his faith is strong. He serves Erastil, though, but there's still something he can learn from an old servant of Abadar. He'll be a great cleric when he gets older.
What kind of help can I expect? Okay, nothing we need to know there. And Kiado. Teacher, how should I hold my hands when I pray? Like this? Or like this instead? Okay, that's a field medic. We've got Cold Iron Kukri, Cold Iron Greatsword, Chapel Tent.
We've outfitted this tent to be used as our chapel. Even the less pious crusaders will come here to say their prayers when the final battle is upon us. I've seen it happen in my previous campaigns.
Altar of Torag, the Father of Creation, the dwarven god of craft and kin. Altar of Sarenrae, the healing light, the goddess of the sun, healing and redemption. Altar of Desna, the great dreamer, the goddess of freedom, travel, luck, and dreams. Altar of Erastil, old Deadeye, the god of hunting, farming, and the quiet pastoral life. And Altar of Iomade, the light of the sword, the goddess of justice and valor, and the patron of the crusades. Well, I am Sarenrae. Still, nice place to have there. We've got Cold Iron Longswords.
These are the Knights of Canabras, all that's left of the orders that were billeted in the city.
Okay. First Erebeth, now another upstart commander. Our queen sure does like them wet behind the ears. Oh, something to loot here.
What did you say, sir?
Nothing, Commander Terabade. Happy to serve. Did I loot over here? I think I did. Yeah, I did.
Follow if you dare.
Okay, just a couple other people here.
This is a supply tray.
Hold on. This is a supply train, and this is our quartermaster, Wilser Gomes. Go to him for supplies.
Here, Commander.
Yes, yes, 3 cheers for the commander. Now answer my questions. Where are the mail shirts? According to the paperwork, we're supposed to have 50. I personally deposited the money for them in the army's treasury. And why is there hardtack in the barrels that are supposed to be filled with corned beef? I demand answers.
Your corned beef's in the cooking pots. Turns out it was from last year. Needs to be eaten before it spoils. And we're saving the hardtack for now. As for the mail shirts, they're on the troops. That's what they're there for, aren't they? Not for me to rest me jacksy on when the lads are heading off to battle soon.
You know what? That does make sense. Okay, well, at least there's an explanation there. The Queen is expecting you tonight, Commander, so I shall not detain you. We can talk later after our sovereign departs.
Do you know what the Queen does to people who keep her waiting? I don't, but I know better than to find out.
The burly soldier with an impressive beard greets you with a broad smile.
Well, Sir Garms, the camp quartermaster at your service. How may I be of help?
I'm trying to remember what voice I should give him. Maybe it should be a different one. I'll go Southern instead. Tell me about yourself. The quartermaster looks away sheepishly. There isn't much to tell, really. I was born in Canabres in a humble family. I got an education, taught myself to read and write, got drafted into the army, spent 3 years as a shield bearer in the first line. I left after I did my time and joined the Stonemasons Guild, then moved on to the shipwrights and rose to a crew chief. Sailed to Iobaro twice and returned with goods. Made some money, built a house, but I haven't started a family yet. I think I will after we are done with this war. But a few years ago, something started gnawing at me. I got this feeling like I needed to go home, that there was a storm headed for my native city. And when there's trouble in Mendev, there's only one thing to do. You go to the recruiter and sign up for the army. And so I did. At first they wanted to make me an infantry sergeant, but then they decided I'd be a better fit in the supply department. I can take care of army property, and I'm pretty handy around a warehouse, not to mention I know how to manage a band of helpers. And so that's how I became a quartermaster. Wilser gives you a shy smile and shrugs as if this were a wholly unremarkable story typical of any crusader. What are your duties in the camp? A little bit of everything. What's an officer to a soldier? A strict father. So what does this make a quartermaster like myself? Well, something like their mum, that's what. I make sure the lads have everything they need to defeat the enemy and come back from battle in one piece. Wilser starts ticking off his fingers. That means wood, firewood, medicine, tents, mended clothes, fixed weapons. The horses have got to be fed and watered, the camp's got to be fortified by the evening and broken up by the morning. I make sure the wages are paid on time and the wagon wheels don't squeak. And then there are reports. Gods, until you ask, I never realized how many duties I actually had. I think we need to give him some assistance. What do the soldiers think of their new commander? Oh, they mostly tell tales about your unusual power, but they don't shy away from talking about you as a person, too. Soldiers are always like that. If Iomedae herself descended from heaven, you bet they'd jabber on about how she grips her sword and how good she looks in her armor. Word is that you're as good a swordsman as you are a spellcaster. There was even a heated debate as to whether you wield your weapon with your left hand and cast spells with your right, or the other way around. Folk come down on the side of the sword and write spells and left, but I bet they can't wait for a chance to see you in action just to be sure. Sword and right, spells and left, sounds about right. And let me see what you have. I am going to sell these various items that no longer have a purpose. And as for these, don't need a Dwarven War Axe, or a Warhammer, or a Heavy Pick, or a Scythe, or a Great Axe, or a Flail. The dagger might be useful for someone. I'm gonna put the Short Sword and the Cold Iron Falchion away. Armor, breastplate, heavy shield, half plate. Half plate of vigor actually could be used on someone now that I think about it. I'm gonna hold on to the hide armor too. Sell the Amulet of Agile Fists. Nothing there, nothing there, nothing there. And we can sell all of these things. Anything that's worth 0, I'll just put into storage. There we go. Is there anything I want to buy? Flowing Scales. +2 scale mail gives attacks against its wearer a 10% chance to miss. Interesting. A heavy shield. It can be used as for a shield bash. Quite a few +1 weapons and armor. Dawn of Life. +3 tower shield. Not too great. Rock of Nature. Eh. And I think that's basically it. So we get a load of money. Okay. Could this armor go to someone? Let's see. Half plate of vigor. You know what? That is actually straight up better. Oh, and I need to move this down to here. These are all going to go up. Oh, not that. Okay. And a little bit of organizing. And then I throw all of these up to here. Then I put the 2 potions over to here. And that's organized. This dagger, I wanted to see. Is it better for you? Yes, it is. Yeah, I'll give you that. There you go. And I don't think this +1 half plate is good for anyone else at the moment, so that will be able to be sold. I'll deal with this in a bit. Alright. And with that, I am going to go ahead and end this episode here. Next episode, we'll step into the commander's tent and talk with the queen. Till then, I am Chestic44, I'll say name is Fly. That is me. This has been a Let's Play of Wrath of the Righteous, and I shall see you all next time.